after we got our autism and ADHD diagnosis. We were never going to get used to the overstimulation of the city. We were always going to be burnt out there. We just weren't made for it. As beautiful and romantic as this place is, there have been a lot of things that required a little bit of a learning curve. We never had a septic system. We never had to refill our oil for our boiler. We were used to when we were burnt out and overstimulated, we would order food, and that's just not something that happens when you live way out in the middle of nowhere. There's also the reality that you're moving up here and you have no support system. You don't know anyone, you have no friends, and you have to remake all of those connections. And obviously, as a neurodivergent family, that's probably not one of our strong suits. The ADHD side, yes. The autism side, not so much. So as this is really my first video talking to you guys, what do you want to see? What do you want to hear about? This video, I'm just going to show you around the property and talk a little bit about why we moved, but I would really love to hear what you guys want to see. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I am crocheting 43 hats for my daughter's school for the Christmas fair. And yes, it is only October 1st, I realize. Let's talk about the house. The original part of the house was built in 1750. The house was then extended in 1850 for a wedding. As you do, we have about 12 acres here, including a little burn at the side of the house. Fun fact about this little burn, before we installed our septic tank, everything was flowing right into this burn. So while we weren't exactly happy about having to spend thousands of pounds within the first week of buying this place, we knew that it was very important to get it installed. And since then, we've really enjoyed it. I often take cold plunges in this little burn. Those are such a great way to reset my nervous system. The burn flows right out to the lock right in front of the house. Waking up to this mountain view every morning has been so good for my soul, and our mornings here are so much less chaotic than they were. So why don't I show you a few rooms inside? And that's Bailey. We adopted him 6 weeks ago. He's a 12-year-old chocolate lab. And that adorable little poof ball is Poppy. Right off the main entrance that we never use is the snug. Most of our furniture is still in our old house, which unfortunately hasn't sold yet, so we've left some stuff for staging. This room was painted a bright red when we first moved in. Since red is such a high energy color, I color drenched the room in the soft green. I have found color drenching to be a very easy way to make a room feel calm and cozy. Moving on from the snug, I'll take you into the dining room. Most of the furniture in here was not just left by the previous owners, but the owners before them. We loved that this same table has sat in this room for nearly 100 years, and this beautiful wooden Gothic arch is a listed feature of the home. We plan to get this professionally restored, as well as this gorgeous fireplace. The details on this are absolutely exquisite, but she does need a good scrub down. And that leads us to the main hall. This is where the story of the house really unfolds. As you can see, that far wall is built in the 1850s and everything else is from the 1750s. And right there on the table, you can see the ye olde Wi-Fi. Like all old houses, this place is a little bit quirky. Through this door is another entrance with a little powder room off to the side. So for us, we've turned this entrance into more of like a little solarium. And that will bring us to the last room on this side of the house, which is the big room. Clearly, this is where we spend most of our time, but there's lots more to see. As you can see, most everything is a work in progress, so please do let me know what you want to see next. And as this is my first video, if you have any suggestions or tips, feel free to drop me a comment. Alright guys, until next time.